Hello, Back Talkers.
And welcome to another episode.
We have a great show lined up for you today. Today we're going to be chatting about 10 movies that scared the crap out of us.
And stick around till the end, too, because we'll be playing
Who Are You Most Afraid Of? So stay tuned. I'm André.
And I'm John.
And you're watching Back Talk, the show that'll make you think,
laugh,
and realize you're not as crazy as some folks out there.
Because of the 10 scariest movies you won't believe.
Daniel, you better not watch this one, but tell everybody to subscribe, like, and comment below, and hit that notification bell to be notified of new videos that come your way.
And don't forget to share with like-minded friends and family.
Our featured product of the day is the Telescopic stainless steel straw.
It's by ALINK, and it's portable, reusable, and collapsible with its own little carrying case.
Wow. You're definitely going to need this after the quarantine, and possibly even some chopsticks. Because like I stated last week, I am not going to be putting my lips on no glasses. I'm not putting my lips on no utensils. And I'm not going anywhere non-essential until they find a vaccine.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said?
I heard.
But you know what? We're not sponsored by them just yet. So ALINK, if you're watching, be sure to hit us up. But now,
let's jump into the hot seat.
I'm getting back from you is lip flap and back talk.
Hello, it's another hot seat. Well, we're doing a countdown of the scariest movies that have scared us throughout our lifetime. Mm-hmm. And we both have 5 each. So my top 5 is Hellraiser.
Oh, interesting.
Now, though, in this film, an unlawful wife encounters the zombie of her dead lover. The demonic Cenobites are pursuing him after he escaped their sadomasochistic underground world. Oh, my goodness.
Jesus wept.
Jesus wept.
That is a classic movie. It didn't scare me, though, even though the Cenobites really are terrifying, but it really scared you, huh?
Yeah, let's see, it came out in 1987, and I think I was about 14 or 15 when this came out, so yeah, it scared the hell out of me. It was scary, especially the part when he comes up through the mattress, and he's all bloody and has no skin, and is goodness, that was scary. That was scary. Okay, what is your top 5?
Okay, well, starting with the least scariest. Now, when I was about 7 years old, my sister had a book about Hollywood silent movies, and it had still images from classic Hollywood movies, and one of them was from the Phantom of the Opera, and it was the moment that Lon Chaney is unmasked, and that face, that skull-like face, was so hideous, it scared me to death and gave me nightmares. I could not even bear to look at the photo. So now, I love the movie. It doesn't scare me like it used to, but that really terrified me as a kid.
What year did that come out?
1925, and it's based on a novel by Gaston Leroux. It's a French story from, I think, around the turn of the 19th century.
So my top 5 in number 4 position is A Nightmare on Elm Street. released in 1984. In this movie, the monstrous spirit of a slain child murderer seeks revenge by invading the dreams of teenagers whose parents were responsible for his untimely death. Now, don't let that fool you. This movie scared the crap out of me. Freddy Krueger can get you in your sleep. So I remember being petrified. So I was 12 years old when this movie came out. Oh my goodness. What do you think about that?
Well, it is a scary premise that this creature can actually get you in your dreams. But by the time those slasher movies were coming out and being popular, I was already an adult. And I always thought of them, they always struck me as a little bit silly, so I couldn't take them too seriously, and they never scared me.
And on that note, moving on.
So in my number 4 spot is The Haunting. Now, the 1963 version, that's the original, based on the novel by Shirley Jackson, The Haunting of Hill House. And I saw this with my parents and my best friends. I was probably a young teenager at that point, or on the cusp of being a teenager, and that movie has one of the best scenes ever in a horror movie. It's when, and you never see the ghost, but when the ghost comes down the hallway at night, banging on the walls, and then it stops, and you see the doorknob start to turn of the bedroom where the two women are cowering. That just scared me so much.
So, my top 5 countdown, number 3, is Hereditary. Now, this one was released in 2018.
Oh.
This one scared me. It was kind of a slow start, and it kind of builds, but at the end is where it's climactic, and it's like, oh my goodness. And I don't like things where people are crawling on walls and their bodies are being taken over by a demon. Now keep in mind though, I don't really believe in heaven and hell, because I believe that we're actually living hell on earth, but I don't believe in heaven or hell. But the thing is that just anything that can possess you to take over your body, and you're climbing on walls and doing stuff like that, and you're catching on fire, just combusting just by yourself. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, Hereditary scared the hell out of me.
And that's because any movie where someone becomes possessed by a demon, those really scared you.
Yes.
In my slot number 3, you'll probably find this one scary too. It's The Exorcist.
Oh gosh.
1973. He won't even let me. I mean, I have a collection of horror movies. He won't even let me have that video in the house.
We can't have that in the house. That is forbidden. It will never be able to be in this house, and you cannot have that in the house.
Well, I'll just say that everybody knows about The Exorcist, and it was based on a novel by William Peter Blatty. I saw it when I was about 17, and the movie was really scary, of course. But what made it even worse is that evening when we came home from the movie theater, I saw it with my 2 friends. They went to their homes. I came home, and my parents had left, and I didn't know where they were. The house was dark. I was all alone. After seeing that movie, can you imagine?
Well, I'll talk about my experience when I get to, because that's my number 1. So, my countdown of my top 5, which is now number 2, is The Conjuring.
That's my number 2.
Oh my goodness. That movie is scary. Now, though, we do have that in the house, but I have it hidden. And whenever I'm looking for movies to watch, my eyes automatically knows to skip over that movie because I know it's in the seas. So I just keep on moving. So we can't we can't even watch it anymore in this house. We may have it in the house, but we can't watch it anymore in this house.
I watch it by myself.
Yeah.
And that involves a possession again, too.
Exactly.
So.
In this film, paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren work to help a family terrorized by a dark presence in their farmhouse. It may all sound cutesy in the narrative, but that shit is scary as hell. And I'm gonna tell you the scariest part. So, and there's already a disclaimer in the beginning of the show. So, the first scene is when the daughters are in bed, and the entity rips the covers off. First off, it starts sliding the covers off the bed. And then they say, what's going on, or something like that. And then they look into the corner. And there's something there, and it makes you move into the TV to go, is there something there? Because you're not sure yourself. And then the second scene is when the main character is taking a nap. And then the entity or the witch or whatever is hovering over her while she is sleeping. Oh my goodness. I could not sleep for 3 or 4 days because I was so afraid to go to sleep. That movie scared the hell out of me. And when was that done? Hold on a second.
2000. No.
Oh, 2013.
2013.
Yes, 2013. But remember part 2 when we went to the... So part 2, I wanted to go. I was wanting to be brave to go see part 2 because, anything after part 1... it's going to be a little funny or crazy.
Yeah, part 2 isn't as scary.
Part 2 isn't as scary. But anyway, we were in the movie theater, and this woman, so there was we went to an early matinee. There was about maybe 10, 12 of us in the theater. And so there was this woman who was sitting close to the screen. Or was that the Babadook?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, it was the
Babadook, I think.
It was the Babadook.
Anyway, it was one of the two. Something happened. That woman got up out of her seat.
She was talking to herself, and she'd go in and out of the...
Yes,
she'd sit down in a different seat, and then she'd be babbling to herself. But when that scene came where something jumped out of a dark corner...
She got her ass up. She flew out of the theater. Do you remember?
He flew out like...
Everybody in the theater started cracking up. She said, oh shit, she got the hell out of Oh my goodness. The number one slot for both of us has scared the crap out of us. Number one spot is...
For me, it's Jurassic Park.
Oh my goodness.
1993. And I had read the book by Michael Crichton.
Now though, is the book better than the movie? Because they always say the book is better than the movie.
No, I thought the movie realized the book so well. They're a little different, but the movie, I love dinosaurs, and the thing was, I remember being on the edge of my seat. Now, when I watch it now, it doesn't scare me like it did then, but in the big theater, seeing it for the first time, when that T-Rex breaks loose.
Oh my God.
I could hardly bear to look at the screen.
He was hammering it up.
No, it was terrifying. It was one of the best scares that I've ever experienced watching a movie.
Wow.
And it felt really invigorating.
So, my top number one scary movie of all time for me is The Exorcist. That's my number one. And let's just say, in this picture, when a 12-year-old girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks the help of 2 priests to save her. That movie, it's not, like I said before, it's not allowed in the house. If it's on television, if it's anywhere, if there's an image, I try to avoid it at all costs. So, with that being said, there are a few scenes that really scare me. It's when it's in the unedited version, is when she comes down the stairs and she's on her hands and going backwards down the stairs. Oh,
that is pretty scary.
My goodness. And keep in mind that this is from 1973, so we hadn't been used to Cirque du Soleil and things like that. Well, at least I hadn't been. So I'd never seen anybody do anything like that. So to see that scared the mumbo jumbo out of me, the macambo.
Scared the macambo
out of me. So do you have a bonus?
I do.
You want to talk about? What is your bonus?
My bonus is Pitch Black.
Oh, yeah.
With Vin Diesel.
That's a really
2000.
good movie. Yeah.
It's about this convict who has special kind of vision. He's sensitive to daylight, but he can see really well in the dark. And he's been captured by this group that's taking him back to a penal colony or something, and they crash land on this planet that is daylight most of the time, but then there's an eclipse that happens and causes nightfall for a period of time, and all of these monsters come out.
Yeah. That's a really good movie.
The monsters are really scary.
So my bonus is the Amityville Horror.
Oh no, that is silly.
1979.
That is silly. Oh, I saw that when it came out and thought it was the silliest thing.
But wait. Okay. So in this flick, newlyweds move into a large house where a mass murder was committed and experience strange manifestations which drive them away. Now keep in mind, remember that I don't like any movie that deals with time, and I think that something happens at a certain time when things start to happen around the house.
And the father becomes possessed.
And the father, exactly. So I think all mine are like, I'm afraid of possessions. But the thing is, though, the reason why, though, is my bonus is because when my cousins and I would be bad, okay, now, though, I grew up in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. And so there's a place called Emeryville. But as a kid, we think it's Amityville. So whenever we were bad, my grandparents would say, if y'all don't act right, we're going to take y'all to Emeryville.
The Emeryville Horror.
Exactly. And we thought it was associated with Amityville Horror. So she said, we're going to take you to Emeryville. And we was always afraid to go near Emeryville. And whenever we were driving home or something like that, or going back and forth through the Bay Area, you always had to pass on 80 Emeryville, and they had that sign, Powell Street. Emeryville, Powell.
Next time you misbehave, I'm going to threaten you. I'm going to take you to Emeryville.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, back talkers, we are done with this segment, but we appreciate, and leave comments below and tell us what your scariest, your top 5 or your most #1 scary movie is.
And the fun's not over today, too, because...
It's game time. It's game time! Today's game is Who Are You Most Afraid Of?
And we're just going to pick characters from scary movies and discuss.
Here we go.
So who are you most afraid of? Maleficent or the Wicked Witch of the West?
Oh. I saw Maleficent, and she's not as scary as we think she is, although she looks scary. I would say the Wicked Witch of the West. She is scary.
I agree. Maleficent had some redeeming qualities, so I think you could at least relate to her and get along if you didn't cross her, but not the Wicked Witch of the West.
Okay. Who are you most afraid of? Reagan from Exorcist or the Nun?
The Nun.
I would have
Of course, for you.
disagree. Right. I would say Reagan is probably scary. I would have to knock that little out because we would be battling. I'll be trying to get the hell out of that room as quickly as I could.
I would be afraid of being vomited on. Who are you most afraid of? The T-1000 or the TX?
Ooh. I think the T-1000 is the newest one, right? That's
No, the TX.
I'm afraid of the TX because she is crazy as hell. I'm afraid of her.
I like your gun. I agree, the TX.
Who are you most afraid of? Twisty the Clown from American Horror Story or Pennywise from It?
Twisty the Clown because Pennywise is more like a fictional manifestation. But Twisty the Clown was a real character, at least in the context of the storyline.
I would be afraid of Twisty the Clown as well. Go ahead.
Who are you most afraid of? Annabelle or Chucky?
Annabelle.
And why?
Because she looks crazy. I don't like any of those porcelain dolls.
I will
Hell
agree.
no.
Chucky was just kind of silly to me.
Yes, yeah.
Couldn't take it serious.
No. Who are you most afraid of? The Angel of Death or Pale Man?
Pale Man.
Yes, I'm afraid of Pale Man too. I think it's because his eyes is like this. Oh my goodness, that is scary. Can you imagine him coming at you and you see him like that?
And if you don't recognize either of those characters, you should check out Guillermo del Toro's movies. Pale Man is from Pan's Labyrinth, phenomenal movie. I can't remember. Angel of Death is
from Hellboy.
Hellboy. Oh yeah. Who are you most afraid of? Marie Laveau, the Voodoo Queen, or Fiona Good? American Horror Story Coven.
What's the person's name again?
Marie Laveau.
Marie Laveau. I'm afraid of
Really?
Marie Laveau. Yes.
Why?
Because what was the other one's name again?
Fiona Good.
Fiona Good's powers were kind of weak. She was weakened. Her powers weren't strong unless she had the coven with her. Whereas Marie Laveau, she could use her powers just on her own. Yeah, that's what I remember from.
Huh.
So which one would you choose?
I'm more afraid of Marie Laveau because she was so selfish and self-centered. Wait, did I see Fiona Good? I meant Fiona Good.
Fiona Good
was self-centered. Marie Laveau, I think you could work with.
Yeah, but her powers were stronger.
But just don't cross her.
Okay. Which one would you are most afraid of? The Hills Have Eyes, nurses, or COVID-19?
COVID-19.
Yes, I agree. And I definitely wouldn't want those Hills Have Eyes nurses to be coming at me either.
Who are you most afraid of? Norman Bates or Hannibal Lecter?
Ooh. Norman Bates.
Okay.
I think because he has a split personality, and so I would be afraid of him. Whereas Hannibal Lecter, I don't know. You can actually get away from him. You don't have to be near him if you don't want to be. But I think that I don't know. Yeah, I would have to say, yeah, Bates.
I actually don't know. I mean, they're both. I don't know if there's a lesser of two evils choice in that one. What do you think?
Who are you more afraid of? Jeepers Creepers or the Babadook?
Jeepers Creepers.
Yes!
Because he can fly.
Yes! He will get your ass. Look, you be running, he'll just sweep up behind you and you're gone.
He was almost going to be in one of mine.
Jeepers Creepers!
Where'd you get them peepers? And who are you most afraid of? Mum-Ra or Skeletor?
Oh, Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Yes. Well, that's it for this week. Franklin, you got to give us more time in these games.
We say that every week.
I know, because he doesn't give us more time. We are fighting with Franklin to give us more time. But anyway, thank you for watching, and we will see you in next week's episode.
But before we go, here is our Feel Good of the Week.
Missy Elliott drops Cool Off. That's right, she's back with a new video and song taken from her new album, Iconology.
Cool Off is sure to help get you through the quarantine blues.
You know what? I really like this video and I like the song. And it reminds me of her old style, like back in the 90s.
Well, you know, she's always been phenomenal with her videos.
Well, you know that she's an innovator.
She's an icon.
Nology.
With a capital I! If you want to see behind the scenes footage from our show, be sure and check out our Instagram account.
And if you'd like to help support the show, be sure to check out our Back Talk merch. Links are in the description box below.
And then take a selfie wearing or holding the merchandise.
Oh yeah, but don't forget, to subscribe, like, and comment below. And
don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
Hashtag Backtalk. Well, that's it for this week. Be sure to tune in next time. And remember,
always have an opinion.
Always laugh.
And most of all,
don't be afraid to backtalk. Cheers.
Cheers. And stick around till the end because we'll be playing
Your friend.
We both who are you most afraid of?
And if you'd like to help support the show, be sure to check out our Backtalk merch. Be sure to
description block below. I did no such thing. No, wasn't from me.
one.
Oh, it's probably my breath, the cheese.